Young Sung-il might be enjoying a lot of recognition from drama fans now for his role in Netflix's hit series The Glory, but the actor has had more than his share of struggle and pain to overcome in his past. On February 1st, Young appeared on the TV and variety show, Quiz on the Block, as a guest and shared some of the stories of his difficult life as a child for the first time. When the hosts asked how he got into acting, he replied that when he was young he had no dreams since he was so busy trying to live and survive. At that time, his mother was very sick and had to be away for treatments, while his father was hardly ever home. When I was in the 4th grade of elementary school, my grandmother had difficulty moving, so my sister, who was also an elementary school student at the time, and I had to take care of even her urine and feces. So he and his elder sister lived with their grandmother. But she was also too sick to take care of them, and they ended up having to care for her instead. Growing up in such circumstances, Young shared that his elder sister stepped into the parental role for him. Since my parents weren't around, from a really young age my Nuna was almost like a parent to me. Young then recalled one particular incident that brought tears to his eyes. He shared that while waiting for his sister to come back from school, he had to resort to drinking puddle water to fill his stomach. You know how the sidewalks in a playground sometimes have potholes, right? I had nothing to eat or drink before Nuna came, but I used to be very hungry, so I would wait for the dirt in the pothole water to sink to the bottom and then drink that water. He added that though he could have gone around asking for something to drink, it wasn't a one-time affair, and asking others every time made him feel guilty. When the host, Jae-suk, asked how his sister reacted to this, Young said, "My sister would scold me saying, 'Are you crazy? And you should have waited for me to come.'" The actor was visibly emotional talking about his elder sister, who had to take on so many responsibilities despite being a kid herself. "My sister used to make me delicious food with just the ingredients we had at home. But she is only 2 years old than I am, so she too was in elementary school at that time, and that breaks my heart. I was young too, but my sister was also a baby, but she never cried in front of me." Things seemingly got better during his high school days. That's when his mother came back home and suggested that he go to college. It was his sister who pushed him to pursue fine arts and performance art. Do Young's love life in Netflix's The Glory went up in flames once the crimes of HIW wife, Park Yeon-jin, were revealed. On the other hand, the actor who played him had a very different marriage experience. Actor Young Sung-il stole the hearts of many as he portrayed a mysterious yet stern innocent husband that had no idea of his wife's heinous past. He was praised for his phenomenal acting and for creating a hot a juicy syndrome worth simping over. He portrayed Do Young suffering the consequences of marrying a criminal, from initially finding out he was not the birth father of his daughter to realizing Park Yeon-jin had murdered 2 people. Do Young eventually leaves Park Yeon-jin and starts a new life with his daughter, Sol, while also getting revenge on John Jae-jun, Sol's birth father and a criminal no better than his ex-wife. Despite many viewers' desires, he does not end up with Moon Dong-un either, even though there were hints that he was interested in her romantically. Although Do Young's marriage and love life was full of pain, betrayal, and lies, Young Sung-il's is the opposite. According to his interview on the TV and variety show Quiz on the Block, his love life was like that of a drama plot. After he was discharged from the army in his early 20s, he met his wife through a mutual friend. Then she went to study abroad in the US as a pipe organ major. One day, he went to the PC room to check his email and noticed she was online, so he sent her a message asking how she was doing. Then he forgot about it until the next time he checked his email and found that she had emailed him back, and they kept in touch. So even though he was far away, he told her, "Let's date." They were in a long-distance relationship for the next 3 years, keeping in touch through messages and phone calls. What comedian and host Jae-suk called cyber love. His wife then returned from America, and the two dated in person for 3 more years, totaling 6 years. After 3 years of virtual dating and 3 years of in-person dating, the couple broke up for 7 to 8 years. When asked how they got back together after so many years apart, he shared that his wife had kept in touch with his mother. "Even when my wife in America, she kept in touch with my mother and they became pen pals. They got so close, and at that time, mother was sick and needed to come up to Seoul for surgery. She didn't want to worry me and my sister, so she didn't tell us she was sick. I found out later that my wife escorted my mother to and from her hospital visits. I found out when I went to the hospital and met her there." After reuniting at the hospital, the two got married in just 3 months, and they have been married for the past 7 years. 3 years of cyber dating, 3 years of in-person dating, 7 years of being broken up. 3 months of dating again, 7 years of marriage. If this isn't a storyline straight from a romance drama, we don't know what is. After seeing the actor go through the worst marriage in The Glory, hearing that his love life is full of loyalty, trust, and destiny is a breath of fresh air.